I hear him talking hella reckless, I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press, won't even address. They say it lonely at the top, but this the best shit ever. Hey, don't you see me out here shining, bitch, I'm barely flexing. I hear him talking hella reckless, I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press, won't even address. They say it lonely at the top, this the best shit ever. And even if we die today, this shit gon' live forever. Live forever. Make the ground shake.
So what's going on, everybody? What's up? How's everyone doing, guys? So guys, just a little disclaimer here. Obviously, I'm not saying that I'm a professional. Number one, I want this to be very interactive. I want you guys to ask questions, and I'm going to answer the best that I possibly can. I didn't, grow on Twitter overnight, so that's never going to be the case. This isn't get rich quick, grow huge. This is just tips and tricks that I use on both my personal Twitter as well as the EasternMediaGG Twitter, both of which have a decent following. Mine has 17.4K, and EM, I think we hit 8K. I don't know what EM's at, honestly. So I'm going to kind of give you tricks on stuff that I do. And you guys, please feel free to blast questions in the chat. I'm going to be reading them all. All right. So first thing, the biggest thing is Twitter analytics. This is both myself and Tani, Unicorn Raid Boss's analytics for the month. What was it, like last month? Her and I were we had a little internal contest to try to beat each other. Obviously, you can see she won. She had 1.32 million. I had 1.27 million. So this is a huge tool. The reason we have this up there, obviously, I'm not trying to flex numbers or nothing. I'm letting you guys know this is accessible for anybody. Your Twitter analytics is huge. Obviously, you can't grow your numbers if you don't know what your numbers are. Obviously, you can't grow your numbers if you don't know what your numbers are. I follow these pretty religiously. I try to check at least once a day, just kind of see what I'm doing. Look for any kind of trends. Obviously, the more you tweet, the more chances you have your tweet impressions are going to go up. The more you tweet, the more people are going to reply to that, and you're going to have more mentions. And the more interactive you are with people, the more followers you're going to get. So any questions on the Twitter analytics? So Twitter analytics can be found if you click your little thing on the PC where it's profile and settings. So right here, you go there and you go down to analytics. Click analytics. Yikes, dude. We're not going to talk about these shitty things. So you can look at your analytics of your tweets over time, your home, as well as your engagements, engagement rate, link clicks, retweets, likes, replies. You can look at your most popular tweets, look at your biggest follower, top tweets, top follower. If you want to start a brand, even if it's commercial rather than social, do you think trademarking should be something done right away, and how do you go about doing that? So that's a really good question. I would say if you have the money and you're going to be behind it, like if it's something that you are for sure going to make it happen, then I would definitely do that. Obviously, the sooner you trademark or copyright something, the sooner someone can't steal your idea or try to pawn it off as their own. With that being said, trademarking and copywriting is extremely, extremely expensive to do it the right way. There's cheap ways to do things, and then they can, loopholes can be done that basically you don't even own it, so you pay this money for nothing. But with the whole thing with starting a brand and things like that, you almost wanna make sure that you have a clear business plan that it's gonna succeed. You probably don't want to spend a lot of money on something that you're not sure it's going to succeed, if that makes any sense. And obviously everything that's starting off has a chance of not succeeding. Doesn't matter it doesn't matter how much money's put into it or whatever. So does that answer your question? Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right. So yeah, that's Twitter analytics. All right, cool. Next up. So here we go. We had some questions. So impressions basically is the number of times the tweet is seen. That means seen by anybody, whether it be your followers, whether it be your followers, and your followers. Engagements is the total of number of times a user has interacted with the tweet. That means clicking a hashtag, a link, clicking your avatar, your profile picture, they're called now, retweeting it, replying to it, following you off of the tweet, and liking it. And engagement rate is the number of engagements divided by the total number of impressions. So it's basically you take the number of engagements that you get and you divide it. You take the total number of times users interacted with your tweet, divide it by the number of times the tweet is seen, and boom, you have your engagement rate. Is there any questions on that? This is really good too because you don't have to do that math. That's just for your head. But like here, so my engagement rate's 2.1%, which is a little low in like the way I've been going. Like obviously you see I've been above this line, dropped a little bit, above, dropped 3.3, and then just I haven't tweeted at all today. I don't think so. All right. So is there any questions on what an impression engagement or engagement rate is? Why do these matter for my stream? Okay, so basically you're asking me why does all this matter for your stream? Okay, so that was actually a really awesome question, Tawny, and I appreciate it. This stuff's very important. Most of, if not almost all the traffic aside from Discord for your Twitch is going to come from Twitter. I mean, let's face it, Facebook is not really popping. You're not going to get traffic off of that. The directory, when you first start, you're not going to be on the directory. So as you're in the Twitch directory, when you first start, obviously you're not up there. So you're not really going to get too much traffic from Twitch in general. So a lot of it is going to come from this, these impressions, these engagements, things like that. So naturally, if you have something with more stuff that's going to prompt engagements and impressions, you're going to have more people come to your stream. And I'll kind of explain some tips on good tweets and things like that later. That's later on in the presentation. So now we know where to find our stats and our analytics and everything like that. But how do we increase them? How do we use this to grow, to become a better tweeter, a better networker, marketer, brander, whatever it is you're looking to do? How can you expand to different people by using hashtags but not in excess? I will go over that. So the biggest thing, be interactive and be consistent. Interact with your followers, interact with people that interact with you, and consistent on Twitter, meaning don't tweet a million times in one day and then not tweet at all the next day. All right, so here we go. Here's some of the big stuff that I use. Use emojis. Emojis are huge. Do Twitter polls. Twitter polls are awesome. Don't do like stupid Twitter polls, like just trying to do just for the hell of it. Like have something that's actually something that's going to prompt people to answer, to reply, to have something to do about it. Hashtags. We'll go more in depth with hashtags. But hashtags is huge. You want about 3 at maximum. I say 1 or 2, but 3 maximum. After 3, it's actually proven that you get less impressions, less engagement, i.e. the hashtag Call of Duty, hashtag COD4, hashtag Black Ops, hashtag PlayStation, hashtag Optic Gaming, hashtag, and you see that, like, I don't know, I see that on the timeline, and I'm just like, unfollow, mute, whatever. I don't know. I don't like seeing that shit. It looks stupid. It looks dumb. And it clearly shows that people don't know what they're doing. And a lot of people do that, and they think they're getting, they think they're gonna get more with it. And it's been proven. There's a lot of studies that I looked into when I originally made this PowerPoint. So 1 to 2 is my recommendation. It says the study shows maximum 3, but I do 1 to 2. That's just me. Videos and GIFs. Yes, I said GIFs. GIFs for some of you uncultured swine. Videos and GIFs. Huge. More or less, people just like seeing stuff as opposed to reading it. If you have a video MP4 or something like that to upload to it, especially with streaming too, I would say videos more than GIFs or GIFs. I'll say GIFs for you guys because I know you guys are fucking triggered. I'd say videos more than GIFs, and that's only because whenever people go live, I feel like there's like between 10 and 15 that everybody uses, and you always see, and you're just like, God, that one again. So like, obviously videos you can be a little bit more creative, custom with what you have. What can you do about people who react to your tweets but cause a negative impression to others? Nothing. Who cares if you're not saying it or seeing or putting it out there. Like, people are dumb if they think that's a reflection on you. What about people with like a whole bunch of retweet bots? All right, so like, is that even? There's no. Why is that even a question? That absolutely looks dumb. It annoys everybody that you at. It gives you fake retweets. It gives you inflated numbers in your analytics, so you have no real way to track how your impressions are doing because you have fake analytics. And I just would not recommend it. But yeah, the retweet bots. And how can you search hashtags or filter content to find new and upcoming streamers, etc.? Well, that's really easy, actually. So let's find a hashtag. Jesus Christ, why can't I find a hashtag? Oh, okay, so PS4 Live. So we're going to click PS4 Live. Actually click it. And so right away, you're going to be at top, which is the top, what has been interacted with the most recently with hashtag PS4 Live. You can click that and go to latest, and that's the most latest one. See, obviously, all these people are using PS4 Live. If you're looking for a PS4 Live, yeah, literally has a PS4 Live. If you're looking for a new PS4 streamer, boom! Look at all these streamers I can look at right now. Look for people. I think this is what this is what people with PS4 Live in their bio. So like, if I want to search at EasternMediaGG, do that and go to people. Look at that. Okay, that's all of us. First person I saw used a retweet of own tweets as a strat. Okay, so yeah, that's actually one of my best ones. So quick beard ASMR. There you go, bro. Okay, for real though. So let's take a tweet like, all right, so I've got all this stuff I've tweeted out, blah, 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 blah. But maybe I want to hype up the fact that we got, hit G Fuel again. So I'm going to unretweet it, and then I'm going to re-retweet it. And then we're going to refresh just so you guys can see. And boom, it's at the top of the timeline. So therefore, it's at the top of the timeline for everybody else who is a follower of mine. It's a really good trick to use on a daily basis for something you're really trying to gain traction on. At the same time, you don't want to abuse that and make it something stupid where people are looking at it and they're like, I looked at this already and it's dumb. But obviously, naturally, when people see numbers like, I don't know, usually like over 30, 40, like people by habit are just going to click something that has a lot of interaction, a lot of engagement. So I just did that. I got 2 notifications. I guarantee. Look at that. Look at that. It just, see? So, great question, though. Great question. People are more likely to interact with something that has interactions. Exactly. Yep. Exactly what Tani said. Exactly what I just said. So power and call to action words. So power words meaning, and call to action words meaning if there's something, if you want something to be looked at or to be retweeted or something, say it. Say, retweet this. But call to action words are huge. If you want something, you ask for it. it's only Twitter. It's social media. Like it's not a big deal. Like if you ask for something, people are usually going to do it. Like if someone says, please retweet this, I'll look at it. And if it's not something stupid or going to make me look stupid, I'll retweet it. Like it is what it is. So yeah, just ask. Call to action. Ask questions. People on social media love to be asked questions. They love being prompted to interact. I do. Yeah, ask questions. People like to be asked questions. They like having other ways to interact with people on social media. Naturally, people want to network. Like we're humans are very social. Like we want to be social. Obviously, they don't want to. If something's like dumb or like is disagree, like, even if someone disagrees with something, they're gonna comment on it in order to get a reaction out of you or to agree with you. Be like, yes, I agree, or it's all just a game. It really is. It's such an easy game to play. You just gotta play it. Can't take it too seriously. That's big. Be consistent. And you can't expect to get really good numbers and to maintain followers and to keep your following growing if you're not consistently tweeting. That's just it. Plain and simple. Common sense. Links. So links are awesome. Especially if you have your own website, that's really a good way to grow the website traffic as well. Obviously, we use it for Twitch all the time. We use it for when we market our jerseys, our services, our graphic design services. And last one, engage other users' content. Don't just quote tweet someone that is popular and then like try to steal all the Twitter traffic. Like people see that and that's annoying. It annoys them, so they're probably gonna like unfollow you or something like that. Engage with them. Reply. Don't do everything to try to benefit yourself. Engage with them. Let them know that you actually care about what they're tweeting, what they're saying, what they have to say. And it's the long game. Obviously, a short game, yeah, you can quote tweet someone and steal all the traffic and gain all this, gain numbers, but then like you might lose them. And that might be someone that you end up networking with, growing, dual streaming with, and shit, becoming friends with. Do you think there's a point in starting if you know you're going to stop for a period of time? I don't know. Because I've never stopped. Like it's just Twitter's so easy because you have it on your you have it on your where's my phone? You have it on your phone all the time. You have it on your PC. You have it on your on everything. So you can go to Twitter on your Xbox. Using images as well. Like I said, videos and GIFs. Use images as well. Make them, make sure it's not like, if you do phone pictures, make sure it's not shitty quality, shitty lighting. Like obviously, no one expects you all to be like a professional photographer or anything, but make sure it kind of it gives the message of whatever your tweet is that you're trying to say, and that it's relatable to people. I forgot. I did this solely for you guys. There was a tweet. I literally asked for a retweet. That's all I did. I tweeted. I said, retweet this. Let me see where it's at. It had no relevant information. There is literally no reason for anyone to react with it whatsoever. Retweet this. Retweet this tweet running an experiment. Literally nothing. Nothing. There's no point in this tweet whatsoever. I just asked for a retweet. 45 retweets, 32 likes. We'll do that right now, and then we'll check this. We'll check this again at the end of the stream. So I did that solely to show you guys it's that fucking easy. Emojis, Emojify your offerings. So think of emojis as the ultimate elevator pitch for your business. And what an elevator pitch is, you have, I think it's like 30 seconds to pitch your idea, pitch your business to someone in the elevator before you get out in the elevator and continue on with your day. Same principle. You have one or two symbols to let people know exactly what value you're bringing them with your tweet. Show your appreciation. This approach is somewhat more complex and won't be applicable to all brands and even all interactions. Twitter suggests that brands can use emoji to better connect with customers by attaching an image to reply messages, but some people may find it immature or unprofessional to include an emoji in a branded tweet. Obviously, this approach is not for everybody. Approach is not for every tweet. Some stuff you would have a little bit more serious that you wouldn't really have emojis. Some stuff's a little bit more playful that you would have more emojis. I recommend no more. It's just like with the hashtags, I recommend no more than 2. Personally, I think the study said 3, but I'm telling you 1 to 2, and I think it's pretty solid. And it's real simple. Like you're scrolling through a timeline and you see emojis just pop out. Like that's their point, right? They're there to pop out and draw your attention to them, and that's exactly what they do. So utilize that. Emojis are real easy. I have this website here too. I guess I'll share. I have this website here. It's called emojipedia.org. I'll post that in the chat. Literally it has all of your emojis for PC. So like if you're not streaming on your if you're not tweeting off of your phone, you can still use the same emojis. All the emojis. And then once you click the emoji, it shows all the different versions: Apple, Google, Microsoft, Samsung, blah 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 blah. So there's that, emojipedia.org. So any questions on emojis, when to use them, how to use them, how many, what's good, what's bad? Any questions at all? None for me, but damn, I love G Fuel. Yo, same, dude. Look, emojis are good, but people put the most dumb emojis on tweets which have no relevance. Exactly. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to misuse them. They're a great tool, but they can also backfire and be completely useless. Anything being misused will do the opposite of what you like. Yes, exactly. Like nearly every tweet I see, say 4 out of 10, have praying hands emoji on it when there has no connection. So the praying emoji is funny because it's not actually a praying emoji. I'm about to blow your guys' mind. It's the high five emoji. It's like high five, dude. 2 hands placed firmly together, meaning please or thank you. The Japanese culture for please or thank you. So that's probably misused by Americans naturally because we're idiots. But all right, so moving on. Emphasize part of your tweet. So it's a particularly interesting one, and no doubt it would prove effective for great many marketers. Twitter says, and I say marketers and branding and stuff like that because each stream is a business essentially, right? You when you become an affiliate, you put in your, you do all your tax information. It's essentially you treat it like a business, so it grows like a business. Twitter says that many emojis can act as a symbolic signpost within your tweets. Humans are wired to look where a finger or gaze is pointed, even if those pointers are emojis. So you try using one or a pair to direct attention. So what that means is, so we'll say tweets, retweet if you see this. And we're going to get some fingers. We'll do one pointing that way. We'll do one pointing that way. Look at that. So naturally, it just draws your attention to it. You look at this tweet, and how can you not interact with that? So, do you think logo avatars are becoming outdated? We've noticed more and more selfie avatars. Selfie avatars are absolutely more efficient, especially if you want to be looked at as a business. Me personally, I don't really like logos unless it's for a brand. Like obviously EasternMediaGG is not going to have a selfie. I don't know, maybe if we get like a big group picture of like everybody rocking EM or something like that, maybe. But it's probably just preference, honestly. It's just preference of what you're following, what kind of following you're trying to cater to, what kind of industry, what kind of niche you're into. Obviously, if you're into like those furries and the drawing yourself as an animal type thing, I don't know the proper term. They use that as an avatar, and that's accepted. Celebrate playfully. Twitter notes. Because emojis are expressive and fun, they're a perfect fit for a celebratory tweet. Holidays, milestones, and announcements can all benefit from visual excitement of an emoji or 2 or 3 or 4. Obviously, if you're excited about something, you can go a little bit more crazy. You can do like the party emoji, the balloon emoji, the smiley emoji, the hands like this emoji, like whoa type thing. That's a little bit, that's different. You're trying to put your emotion into emojis and then transfer that emotion to your followers, to your readers, to be able to feel the excitement that you have for whatever it is you are tweeting about. All right, cool. Here we go, guys. We're going to go into Twitter polls. Twitter polls generate follower insights. So you want to generate, with Twitter polls, you're trying to generate follower insight. You're trying to figure out what it is that your followers like, what kind of opinions they have of certain stuff, if they're even worth marketing yourself with and networking with. Obviously, if they don't have the same likes on, like if they dislike something that you strongly feel about, then probably not going to be the easiest person to constantly talk to, if that makes sense. And vice versa. It could be the other way around, where you guys, click because you're able to professionally dispute things. So it's worked both ways for me. While Twitter polls aren't really a reliable way to find sophisticated market data, they can be used to engage your audience by asking for their insight. So obviously you're not going to gain any official numbers for this, but it's a really good way to kind of engage your following and see like what they think and be able to kind of, obviously when you're tweeting and stuff like that, you want to, if you're looking to increase your engagement, you want to primarily tweet toward the active people in there. Engage your followers' interest. Again, basically what we were just talking about. Ideally, your Twitter followers fit your general buyer persona, which means you should have a strong grasp on the content they like to consume as well as their interest. You probably already use this information to create your social media strategy, so why not tie polls into that strategy? Again, it says general buyer, but basically when you tweet and you tweet that you're going live, you're a business and you're trying to sell them on the idea of at least stopping by your stream and kind of, saying hey, or learning more about what you stream and doing stuff like that. Don't be too serious. Twitter polls aren't meant for mass market research, just like I said. They're meant to be fun pieces of engaging social content, so use them as such. Ask questions your followers want to answer, not just questions you want to know. So if you want to drive, let's say you're going live. A lot of people do, what game do you want me to play? That's I don't know. That's a hit or miss. Sometimes I see it work, sometimes it doesn't. What I would do, I would probably say, I'm playing this tonight. What's everyone's thoughts on it or something like that? Yeah. Don't like tweets that your follower, like if you don't want your follower, if you're liking like porn and like big boob girls and like big boob guys, I mean, to each their own, whatever. Everyone's entitled to do what they want. Just know that shows up on the timeline. That shows whether you retweet it, whether you like it, it shows up on your followers' timeline, and people can see. In your polls, use hashtags. Obviously, we saw the power of hashtags and how you can just literally search it. Use that to your advantage if you want to try to gain a little outside in-source out of your followers and to people that might be searching that hashtag search engine. Use hashtags. Want to use polls as a part of your marketing efforts around an event or launch? Don't forget to include hashtags and links in your tweet copy. Let's say you're doing a big giveaway on Twitch. Let's say you're celebrating your 1-year Twitch stream anniversary, or let's say you launch some apparel. You have some apparel coming out, something like that. So keep timing in mind. Just like any other social post, you should be posting your polls when followers are going to see it. Don't forget to dig in the data when your followers are using Twitter. So there's different programs and apps and stuff like that to see who's most active when. But primarily, you want to tweet during lunch. That's when everyone's either taking a break from school, taking a break from work. They're sitting down, probably eating, having a soda, whatever, looking at their phone. And you're going to get the absolute most engagement. Saturday and Sunday are the worst days to post. This is because this is the weekends. No one has work, school. They're doing their own thing. A lot of you guys are streaming all day because you don't have to worry about work or school. Things like that. So we're gonna move on to we're gonna dive into hashtags a bit more now. Okay, so include at least one, but no more than 2 hashtags in your tweet can increase your engagement rate by 33%. That is huge. So you see Tani tweeted that she's going live on the EM channel. She used her GIF. There's her GIF. Used her hashtag. So in case anyone's searching for Overwatch, anything on Overwatch on Twitter, she tagged EM and she put the link. That is a solid. Only thing she could have done different, and I don't even know if it would really need it, but emojis. But that's a solid tweet right there. And look, 9 retweets, 23 likes. That's good. That's really good for a going live tweet. You're not going to get as much on going live tweets, obviously, because people are just, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. So hashtags. Keep it simple, keep it relevant. When you're using a hashtag, it's important to make sure that you pick something that people are searching for and can easily remember. There are lots of hashtags scattered in the social media universe. Using a hashtag that is long and difficult to spell or pronounce will probably not give you a good result. However, an unclear, never used, or generic hashtag will also not get results you want. Similarly, think about what hashtags people will search for and be more likely to find you with. Trending. Utilize trending hashtags. So this is huge. A trending hashtag is a hashtag topic that has become very popular. You may have heard people talk about what's trending now. It's referred to the hashtags that are currently popular or most talked about, continuously changing according to the latest trend. Basically, if a hashtag's used a whole crap load, then it's going to trend. Trending hashtags are oftentimes centered on the major news topics of the world. When you see a trend that relates to your business, engage in it by using that tag. Obviously, don't use a trending hashtag just to use a hashtag, but if it has something to do with what you're talking about, go for it. Use that stuff. So I'm going to go here so here's trends for you. UNC versus Duke. Okay, that's because I said I live in North Carolina. Carolina season. Hold on, let me change this. So I live in Indianapolis, so let's keep that as a thing. So that's going to change. So I just changed my tweets and my trends. Big Ten. Big Ten's huge. Big Ten's the NFL, or not NFL, NCAA basketball and football game that comes to Indianapolis. Big Ten champs. Same thing. But that's really good if it's something that pertains to you. Like me, I could care less about that, of any of these. So I'm probably not going to use these to try to gain attention. Use hashtag on multiple social media channels. Hashtags may have started on Twitter, but now all social media platforms support hashtags, except for LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a little bit different. I don't really cover LinkedIn in here because it's much more of a professional marketing tool, and you use it way differently than any other social media platform. Hashtags give your brand more exposure. So hashtags give your brand more exposure so you can spread the word about your product to massive audience. In addition, when you use it on multiple times on different channels, people will easily remember your hashtag. Obviously, we use Still Grinding, so everyone knows Still Grinding. You can use the hashtag before the keyword in mind, and this way you'll find useful content. Before you put hashtag on your post, search the hashtag before you use it. Check each of the social media networks to make sure your hashtag isn't being used for the wrong reason. Obviously, you don't want to. So you want to check the social media network to make sure your hashtag isn't being used for the wrong reason. You don't want it to accidentally be misinterpreted as something that you don't intend for it to be used for, and may even cause repercussions. Who knows? Also, ensure you don't choose something that can be interpreted in a different way. Basically what I just said. It's worth making sure that another brand isn't using hashtags specifically for their own promotion as well. With EM, if we're tweeting something motivational, we're not going to tweet hashtag just do it, because just do it would be a hashtag that would take you directly to another brand's stuff, i.e. Nike. Everyone knows that. There are sites like Hashtagify, which give you real insight as to what your hashtag will bring to the table. So we're gonna take a look at that, so we can analyze hashtags. So let's analyze Still Grinding. Obviously not going to be that huge, but let's analyze it. Top influencers: EM, me, Hawk. I don't know who Hawk is, but so there's a popularity of it. Top 6 language, obviously Eastern Media is English, so primarily we've been English. Still grinding. Spelling variants. US. And look at it, there's the tweet wall of everyone that's used it. Your boy Flows, Looney, Paul She, Global Hawk. Load more. Well, you can only get so much for free. I'm not paying for this. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Do not overuse hashtags. Like I said, make sure to use a maximum of 2. I use 1, but 1 or 2. Including too many will leave the impression that you're spamming your followers. You don't want to do that, just like we talked about. Usually you don't want to use more than 1 or 2 hashtags per post, with one hashtag being the best choice. Additionally, it'd be important to avoid using them in every single post that you make, as social media users are wary of business trying too hard to promote yourself. And again, you guys are a business trying to promote your stream. You don't want people, you want to be personable with people. You don't want people to just think you're on Twitter solely to sell people on coming to your stream. You want to be personable, talk to them, be a human and not like a program. Be specific and unique. As a marketer, you want to be able to reach your community with the use of a hashtag, especially during special events, Twitter chats. However, if you want others to join in the conversation, you need to engage with each other. You have to use the hashtag that is more unique. So if there, let's say if you're, I don't know, let's say there's a particular hashtag that you want to use. So let's look at G Fuel review. So let's say we were just sponsored by G Fuel, right? So maybe we just want to go to G Fuel review, look at all these different ones, and just comment on them. And I guarantee you will gain some following from people solely because you comment on a G Fuel post. And I don't know, I personally have G Fuel use code EMGG G Fuel code in my bio, so I guarantee you will gain some traction from that. Guarantee it. All right, so next up we're going to cover videos and GIFs, whatever you want to call them. Twitter's rich tweets give you higher levels of engagement for images and videos. Vine videos used to be super popular. I guess they still are, kind of. You can get a 150% increase in retweets just by including an image or a GIF. It's wild, dude. That's fucking wild. 150%. You have... Yes, these are facts. These are facts. This is all, I've done a lot of research. I take my social media networking, marketing, branding very, very serious. I'm sure you know that, Moosey. So these are facts. Obviously, they mean including images or GIFs that, using images that have something to do with the tweet that you're trying to say. So, you want to keep it relevant. Goes without saying, but I gotta, clarify that. All right, on to power words and call to action words. So power words have a high innate sense of engagement, and most are call to action. So words like please, retweet, help, follow, and how are how to are focused on the reader of the tweet rather than on the sender of the tweet. Basically, it lets your followers, your people that you're trying to engage with know that you care what they have to say. You are sending a message directly to them. Your followers are much more likely to interact if they are the focus on your tweet and you're clearly asking for an action. Consistency is key. Again, like I said, you want to be consistent about what you do. What's the best power word? There really isn't a best power word because it all depends what you're trying to accomplish, right? Like what you're trying to do with your tweet. So there really isn't no perfect power word. It's all going to be based on what you're trying to say, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, who you're talking to. But that's why I include these, the ones that I had. These are big ones. Please retweet. So people are understandably shy about asking for retweets. In fact, less than 1% of brands, people, streamers, companies, whatever, have failed to ask or have asked for a retweet. Less than 1%. This is a huge missed opportunity. Obviously, in every tweet, you're not asking for a retweet, but it's definitely a great tool. Definitely a great tool. When you clearly ask your followers for a retweet, you have a good chance of getting one. Salesforce reports that asking results in 12 times more retweets. Retweet if you see this. Look at that. I tweeted this 7:42, so 30 minutes ago for that. Where's the other one, dude? So this one, retweet this tweet running an experiment. Like, again, there's literally no information, nothing special about this tweet. It literally just says retweet this tweet. 49 retweets. So just proof. I did that just to prove that this isn't just bullshit, that I'm just shooting shit over here. Use links. Use links. 92% of all Twitter interaction, retweeting, replying, etc., that we all talked about earlier, happens when readers click links. In fact, tweets with links get 86% more retweets. Again, whether your stream's going live, whether we're tweeting about G Fuel, whether we're tweeting about the EM website, whether we're tweeting about MetaThreads jerseys, any of that, people see that, it's going to be much more looked at, much more retweeted, much more interacted with. Next up, engage others. If you want others to engage with your content, a good way to start is to interact with theirs first. This could be counterproductive to what you're trying to do to grow your own thing, but you have to play the game. And honestly, it's better. Like, you're not on Twitter just to grow yourself. You're trying to build that following, build that relationship, that growing within people, within groups, within different people. Respond to, retweet your users' content. Follow them can also help. When you respond to other users or engage with their content, they'll be more likely to pay attention to what you're posting too, especially if it's something similar to what they post. It's especially true considering most brands don't take or have the time to interact with a lot of followers, so it can mean more than one. It can mean more when you do. I would be lying if I said that I interacted with every single person that interacted with me. It's a lot, and honestly, I don't have the time. But if I did, I could grow my following so much more. And again, I'm not saying any of this like flex on anybody or nothing like that. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, take the advantage while your numbers are lower than you want them to be, and utilize that. Grow really tight. Get close with you, because your followers, these people have taken the time. They've decided they want to follow you and see what you're posting on your social media. When you look at it like that, that's wild. These people want to see what you're doing, what you have to offer, and whether it be because you have similar views, you have similar, you play similar games, things like that. So do all these things help you get more followers or things like that? So followers is going to be, yes. Long story short, yes, it will. But it's a long game. It's not something that's going to happen overnight at all. Keep tweets concise, especially now that we have the 240 character limit instead of the 140 or 120. Keep them concise. You don't if you have a message you want to put out, don't convolute it with other stuff that doesn't really pertain to it, but you're just trying to get a reaction out of 3 different topics. So have a clear message, have a clear, concise what you're looking for, what you want to say to someone, and put it out there. Again, tweet during daytime hours. Lunch is the best, between 12 and 1. 12 and 2 is probably pretty safe with that. Tweet on the weekdays. Again, on the weekends, most people are not working, so they're taking care of errands. Especially you guys are streaming all day because you don't have work or school. Stay away from lifestyle tweets. So if you don't have a huge following already, most people don't care about you pouring a bowl of cereal or you driving down the road or something like that. This is a general statement. This isn't saying that everybody, but you want to try to stay away from lifestyle tweets like that until you build that following of people that you know care about what you have to say. Again, everything I'm saying, I'm not telling you how to do your social media. You do it exactly how you want to. These are just tips of what's worked for me over the time. So yeah. Send 1 to 4 tweets a day. I tweet a lot more than that, so I don't really follow that. But per the research, 1 to 4 tweets a day, using all of the criteria that we talked about will increase your stuff. So that is it on Twitter, on social media like that. So does anybody have any questions on anything that we talked about? Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And happy social media networking.